Hello, it's John Benson back with another day of Persuade and Profit Live here on Facebook. I am once again in Phoenix, Arizona, at least for today, broadcasting from a hotel room, but we are broadcasting nonetheless. And today is a repeat of yesterday's video simply because the audio completely screwed up. So when I went to the tutorial section, it was gone, and I didn't know it because I only have one monitor here, so I couldn't see any comments. So we're taking precautions today. We're going to do it again, and this time we actually advertised it to our list because it's so valuable. You guys are definitely going to want to check this out for the full 3 days, starting today, the 3-day cash machine. It's how you take every persuasion mode that we just covered, fears, wants, desires, and needs, and you make those all come to life in 3 days in emails. And the very first day hits that need, the people that need your stuff the most. Doesn't matter if you got 5 people on your list, if you have a 5,000, 5 million, if you just have a Facebook following or just social media following, doesn't matter. This stuff is still going to work for you if you apply it. We're going to go over the email today. We're going to go over your questions at the end of it. We're going to go over why this works, and we're going to do it showing you inside Email Copy Pro because that's what I use. So why not show you inside the software? But don't worry, we're going to dissect it outside the software too. So I'm going to make sure my staff is on here before we get going, and I'm making sure that everybody's on here. Hey guys, what's going on? We've got lots of viewers coming on. Please comment when you come on, because let's not forget that when you comment, good things happen. So when you comment, you have a chance of winning on Thursday. You can become the second of 4 people to join me on a live private coaching call for 90 minutes. And that gives you an amazing bonus, which is worth $2,500 just for being here, for commenting. And remember, we take those comments at random. We only take real comments. So everyone say hello that wants to comment. I'm waiting for my staff to come on to make sure we can still move on. And I'm going to open the document that we're going to work with today. And then we will dive in and get started. So Hey, Lee Collins, what's up, man? How you doing, B-Dub? What's going on? I can't pronounce the Libomer. I'm going to go close. I'm going to butcher that. Hey, Wade, what's going on? All right, cool. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to open this document up because I totally forgot to do that. And then we will get started. We will get cranking, man. I'll make sure it's also big enough for you guys to see because I'm on this little bitty monitor. So at home, it's much bigger. So let's make sure that this is all cool and dandy, and be sure to save your comments for the end. We're going to go over a lot of stuff at the end. We're going to go over whatever questions that you have. So cool. We are ready to rock and roll. Let's get this thing started. Okay, we're going to show my screen, but this time we're going to test it. This time we're going to test it. So I'm going to show my screen, and I'm going to hide this. Okay, whoops. Okay, 1 second, guys, because I want to make sure this works right now. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, we're going to go to solo, and then we're going to hide this. Okay, can you guys hear me? I'm testing this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Can you see my screen? You should be able to see my screen right now. You should see the software stuff moving around. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. I'm waiting for my assistant to text me to make sure we are good to go. As soon as she texts me and know that you can hear me. Okay, can you guys, someone text me and say, can you hear me? Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3, can you hear this? I'm gonna make sure because yesterday we lost the entire volume. So I'm not going forward until someone says you can hear me. Okay, can you hear me? Awesome. We got lots of loud and clears. Don't know where my assistant is, but that's okay. Lots of loud and clears. Okay, we are going to go over to this page right now, and hopefully we will get started. Presto. Here we are. Inside Email Copy Pro. Okay, now I'm inside Email Copy Pro's Mission Control. If you don't have Email Copy Pro, no worries. I'm going to show you the email in a Pages document, and we're also going to give you some copies of these emails. In a couple of days, we're going to have an opt-in that you can go to and get the actual printed documents if you want them. Everything should be cool when you do that, but these are not very long, so you'll be able to easily watch the video a couple times and get all the email data that you want. What you won't be able to do is what I'm about to show you. Now, what I would do inside Email Copy Pro, if you do have it, is I just go under Starter Emails and Sequences. I'd look at every one of them, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to load the sequence, because it is a sequence called 3-day. I'm going to click this, and I would click Generate. That's all I would do, and that would produce this right here. It would also produce all the instructions that you would need to do to send this thing out. And it would give you everything that you need, including all the emails ready to go. And if you've done nothing more than a 60-minute quick start, it takes you about 60 to 90 minutes tops to do the quick start. All this data is yours, including all the other starter emails as well. So this does not take you more than roughly, I'd say, an hour to get set up. That's what's really cool. Now, what Email Copy Pro has done is pulled up the very first email. I'm going to tell you why it's the first and why it's the most important one for your need market, the people that are your hot list, man, the people that are very, very quick to respond. That's what we need. Okay, so check this out. This pulls in the subject lines that we recommend, as well as the top 3 subject lines up here, as well as dynamic subject lines based on my own data. So if I wanted to change this to question for you, I could, and I could change the subject line that fast. Let me ask you a question. So let's dive into why I did this. So I selected Think Like a Street Defense Pro because I'm talking about street defense. I'm talking in this fictional example. I am creating a martial arts derivative product, but it's really for survivalists. Okay, so I picked a topic that I didn't know that much about to create this, FYI, and I'm going to show you how I created it as well. Just if I can create something I don't know about, then you can definitely create something you do know about. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Is protecting yourself from a street attacker still something you want to do? Okay, notice that's a very good thing. Would you say that's a good thing or a bad thing? Is it a push or a pull? Is that something that you want or something that you don't want? That's definitely a pull. You want that. And what you're going to notice inside of every time I regenerate this, you're going to see the same dynamic blueprint. A dynamic blueprint is a blueprint in every good copy, every copy that works, whether it's a sales letter, a VSL, an email campaign, a solo email. What's making it work, besides the words, of course, is the structure. And the structure is what we call the blueprint. And this has a dynamic blueprint, which means it will update based on variables you enter and also variables that we enter. So it's combining your variables and our variables, our being the team of copywriters, all at the same time. And what you come up with is literally millions of iterations on some of these of emails that you can use the same thing over and over and over again and never have to write the same email twice. Really cool. I'm going to show you that in a second. But I want to show you what's underlying this little email. Let me ask you a question, simple rapport. Is protecting yourself from a street attacker still something you want to do? That's positive. Come to think of it, worrying over feeling afraid. What am I doing here? There's lots of NLP here. Again, Email Copy Pro would do this for you. If you don't have it, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Think, is that left brain or right brain? Right brain is creative, feelings. Left brain is logical. So this is a left brain tap, what I call a tap. I'm tapping on your left brain. Worrying, feeling afraid. That's the lizard brain. That's much more right brain than left brain. Bothering you. Because I'm talking to both sides of the brain. Now, I realize this is a very layman's explanation of this, and that's okay. We don't need to go into neuroscience to understand great copy. Just think of it this way. You want to speak logically, you want to speak emotionally. And remember, people buy mostly from emotion and justify by reason. And I want to talk to everyone. So that's why I'm saying good, you want to protect yourself. Bad, you're feeling afraid because I don't know what mood they're in. And this goes back to the very first few days of our Persuade and Profit Live about how important it is to tap on all of these different modes. You don't know what mode the person's in. You don't know if they're in a fear mode. You don't know what they're thinking, if they're in a good mood or a bad mood. So we tackle both. And this is called the 3-question duality blueprint. You don't need to know that. I'm just telling you what's going to go on. So I'm asking 3 questions. Positive question, negative question, could be in a different order. And do you want to see something I truly believe is the best solution for getting a quick win and moving forward with your goals? This is going to appeal to the needs, people that know that they need this. This is also going to tap into the fear, and this is going to tap into the want, because guess what? Look at that word. Now you're seeing everything come together automatically. And in case you're wondering, did I write this email for this course? No, I did not. In fact, I'm going to click a button in a few minutes and show you how much I didn't write this email. And literally the machine wrote it for me, okay? What's working for other preppers like you, now you might be thinking, what's prepper? Well, I didn't know either. So I knew that I wanted to write for survivalist market, for people trying to, they're kind of a fear of the end of the world, but they're also fearful of street attacks and they want to protect their family, whether it be from a power outage or just simple martial arts. But I didn't want to go to a martial arts crowd because martial arts is very specific. I want to go to like martial arts for the real human being, for people that don't want to go into a dojo. So that's more survivalist. And I went over it. I just typed in survivalist into Google, and this is what came up. I didn't know that they were called preppers. I knew it. I mean, it's in passing. I knew it, but I just didn't know it. So I used that as a second avatar. And this is what's called an avatar. It's who we write to. In Email Copy Pro, look what else I could use. So what else describes my avatar? Well, guess what else does? Patriots. Now, you might be thinking, what does a patriot have to do with someone wanting to protect themselves on the street? If my avatar is survivalists, most survivalists tend to be patriots. Self-defenders, preppers, survivalists. And the Email Copy Pro will pull these in at random every single time. If you want to change it from preppers to patriots, you could do it just like that. For patriots like you, what am I doing? That's called inclusion. You'll notice every single line of this copy has NLP and persuasive language in it. Every line, which is why it works so well. So if you think about what you're doing through email, is every single line of that doing that? It might not be, which is why you're wanting to do this. Now, what's working is what's known as, do you remember this from day 3, I believe it was? Remember the whole, you've got to brand something? The UIB, do you remember the unique identity brand? And what's the very first thing we want to brand? The primary cause. The second thing is the primary solution. What's the primary cause of the problem? It's something I call blank. The primary solution is what's known as, what experts now refer to as, what I call, so this is not the name of my product. This is, if I click on it, it will show you the primary solution. There's only one. And presto, that's all there is to it. That's literally, that's the most extensive creative that you'll have to do to fill out this particular email. You'll have to come up with a name for your solution. Again, your primary solution is why, the unique mechanism that your product, why it works, not your product. See, this product is called Simple Street Defense. That's the name of the product. But what makes Simple Street Defense work so well is something I call the 3 target system. Are you following me? Are you digging it? Are you grooving on this? Okay. What's working for other patriots like you, I could change this to survivalists, self-defenders like you. Self-defenders is a term I came up with. People that want to defend themselves, self-defenders like you. You're putting them into a company. We all want to be part of an identity. We all want to be part of a group. So all great copy lives and breathes and dies by that mantra. You want to put people into a group they want to belong to, okay? And I'd like you to go here now to discover more. That is a polite NLP command. I'd like you, but do you notice this? I'm going to dissect this word for word just this one time. I'm not going to do this for every email. I'd like you. Now, this is black belt jujitsu, pardon the pun. This is black belt jujitsu NLP. This is literally, very few people even know what I'm doing here. It's basically, I'm telling your brain, I'm going to like you if you go over some here, if you go here to discover this. I'd like you, go here. It's how your brain looks at words. You know, like if you ever read music, if you've ever tried to read music, I have 2 degrees in music, and I got out of music school, could barely read music. I just sucked at reading music for whatever reason. But I know the concepts of it. And you don't read note per note, you read in phrases. And you might think, how on earth could you read in phrases when you've got bracketed 16th note triplets and all this kind of stuff? You can. Really good sight readers do this. Well, your brain is literally trained to think that way about language. You're not reading every word when you read a book. You think you are, but you're not. That's why people can speed read. Guess what people do to your copy? You think they read every word? No, they speed read. But this can be played into your advantage because the subconscious mind is hearing, I'd like you, go here. And everyone wants to be liked. Now that is black belt stuff, really is. Goes to the URL, see, that's a command, how the 3 target system is helping preppers get results. I could say helping self-defenders, helping, I could change whatever avatar I want. Preppers get results. All I want them to do is get results. I could say like you as well. Go have a look, command. I'll check back in tomorrow, open loop. Okay, now that's the blueprint. And wouldn't it drive you crazy if you had to remember all that? Oh, by the way, I always put a PS, not always, but when I, especially on a sales email, there's a reason why patriots everywhere are hungry to know about this approach. Okay, that's called a presupposition. There's a reason why they're all hungry for this. Everyone everywhere wants to know this. You'll get it. What is that? That's more NLP. Get what? Get it. You'll get it. Well, in this case, it's the reason, but your mind here is get it. I want them to get the Simple Street Defense system. That, by the way, does not exist. That is just a fictional product, but you get the idea. This is dripping with NLP, written by a machine and me, of course. And this is what Email Copy Pro can do. But just want to show you this before I take you into the actual what to fill in for your blanks. If I click the button Regenerate, watch what happens. Keep your eye on this. The machine rewrites the whole thing. But do you notice something? Do you notice the blueprint stays the same? Everything I did was changing. Everything I did. Are you still interested in street defense? Now I pulled in street defense. And defending yourself from any attacker on the street. What if I wanted to change street defense? Well, I could change it to self-defense if I wanted to. But I put 2 niches in here. Street defense, self-defense. I could put survivalism if I wanted to. I bet being scared all the time. So what am I doing? Interested? Positive. Being scared all the time? Negative. Would you like an answer? What is this? Do you see now? Now I could do it again. I could just keep regenerating this whole thing, and I could keep on over and over and over again. And Email Copy Pro will rewrite the email as many times as I click regenerate. And it rewrites the most important parts of the email so that you can keep using it over and over again. Look at this one. Last time we connected by email. There's so much in there, it would take me all day to explain how cool some of this NLP is. And that's why, I mean, if you get hundreds and hundreds of emails in here that you don't have to figure this stuff out. But in case you do, I'm here to train you. That's what I promised I would do. And I love teaching this stuff. So let's go over to this. This is the document. And like I said, you're going to get this document later on. We have to set up a way for you to get it. So it's going to be later in the week. But, or if you're watching this post facto and you already have it, you already got it. So you're welcome. Okay. So this is the fields broken down. And I made them a little more simple even than we have an Email Copy Pro, just so I can explain it better. Okay, think like a niche pro. So let's do something completely different. Let's not do martial arts. Let's do something completely. We could do weight loss. We could. Do you see how this blueprint is truly dynamic? And it's not only dynamic; it is what we call syndicated copy. I am the inventor of syndicated copy. Dynamic syndicated copy, to be specific. So it's copy that's not only syndicated to any niche, to any market, to any industry. It's syndicated specifically to you by the data that you fill in, but also rewrites itself based on dynamic blueprints. We've dissected the blueprints. No one does this stuff. No one out there does this stuff. No scripting tool out there does this stuff because they don't understand it, for one thing. Most people don't. And second, it's freaking hard to do. This took years to do. So just to let you know. But let's use what I did yesterday is I used widgets, okay? Because widgets is something that's a fictional product that doesn't exist. I'll say, think like a widget making pro. That's just my niche. If my niche is widgets or widget making, I can say it that way. So here is I could say it a different way. Notice this is what makes copy good. If I put this right here, it's okay. It's all right. But if I put widgets or widget mastery, do you see how this feels a lot like, much more like a human being is writing it? Well, that's something else that these scripting tools don't do, that Email Copy Pro forces you to do. Makes you come up with more than one way of saying things. By the end of a 6 months into this thing, you'll have so many ways of saying things that every time you click the regenerate button, you'll be surprised yourself at what comes out. I got an email inside my inbox the other day, and I was reading it, and I rarely read emails, but I saw the subject line, it was really good. And I read it, I was going, man, this is really good. This is really good. And so I sent the guy an email. I go, dude, this is awesome. I knew who it was. I go, this is an awesome email, man. He goes, it came out of Email Copy Pro, dude. I didn't recognize it myself. So that's how cool it is. Are you still interested in widget mastery and looking to primary goal? What's the goal of a widget maker? Make more money selling widgets. Again, is this positive or negative? Well, it's way the freak positive, right? Now, what's the primary complaint? Oh, and I bet you could say losing money on widgets, but it's a little, that would work. But what's another complaint of widget maker might have? I bet getting beat by your competition. Don't have to use the word widget. It's still a conservative. You know, that's a concern. Let's say that that's your number one concern, that they're getting beat by the competition. Okay, you can say the competition to make it less personal. Like an answer, solution that works. There we go. That's the blueprint. Pretty simple. What's working for other avatars? Okay, this is the person you're writing to. So, widget pros. I can use anything, but that I'm writing to a widget pro is what's known as, and this is my primary solution. We'll call it the widget. This is what I used yesterday. The widget wizard. Okay, I'll just call it the widget wizard system. Okay, now that's what makes my product work. Now it could be that, it could be something else, it could be one word. What if I want to coin a word? If I want to say widgetology. Yeah. Okay, widgetology. Another widgetology. Okay, I'd like you to do yourself a favor. Go here now and let me share more about widgetology. This is obviously widgetology. Okay, and I'm going to copy that so I don't have to keep typing it out. See how widgetology, that's my primary solution, is helping. Again, this is the avatar widget makers. I could even say like you. I wouldn't say that inside the field, but you get the idea. The URL would just be, you know, your URL here, URL here. And go have a look, check back in tomorrow, put my name in, and there's a reason why widget froze. That's all there is to it. So that is the entire blueprint just filled out right in front of you. And you can make this work for whatever that you are doing just as easily as I just made that work for what a fictional product called widgets. Awesome. Let's get back over to home base here, and I will show this here and make sure that I am live. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Cool. I'm loving this. Hopefully you guys got lots of comments, lots of questions. If you love it, let me know. If you love it, let me know. That's awesome. I'm going to pull up my find my agenda here so I can. There it is. This thing's a little tricky. Let me be honest. So, I always keep forgetting to do this, but I am John Benson. I'm the $1 billion copy coach. What you just saw is what I teach people to. They literally have made over $1 billion using my copy and my techniques. So I'm very proud of that. That's really, really cool. And if you want to know more about Email Copy Pro, see how Dynamic Blueprints works in much more detail, you need to go here. You can also get it here too. You can get it at the discount that we're running now at johnbenson.com/email. John is JOHNBENSON.com/email. If you don't have it, you freaking need it. You freaking need it. And we're just showing you why. We're showing you why. So now I know we got a lot of Email Copy Pro customers in here, so that's cool. But for the folks that don't have it, I wanted to give you a little taste. And we're going to be doing that for the next 30 days. Well, actually, not 30 days. We're going to go on for 30 days. And we're going to keep giving you like tons of insights inside, not just email, but we're going to do headlines. We're going to do sales pages. We're going to do awesome stuff. So, okay, we're going to look at some of the comments. Cool system indeed. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Balgon says the first 3 questions are made to make the prospect say yes to each one. That is correct. That is correct. And I use 3 for a simple reason. If I get 2 out of 3, I'm banging on. I mean, almost every one of those is going to be a 3. But I might pick something that maybe isn't totally that person right now. Maybe they're like, they just got their black belt in BJJ and they feel comfortable on the street, right? But the first thing is still important to them. The second thing, not so much. The third thing, yeah, I'd like to know that. So there's always that chance, but you want to do that to appeal to as many people as you possibly can. So great stuff. Thank you. Love it. Appreciate you guys. Love it. Thanks so much. If anyone speaks Greek, I actually know that enough to know, but I did in college. Okay. Bomb. Yes, I can hear. Okay. Good. Awesome. So any questions specifically to this, I will take them and we can just keep going. So, okay. Yeah, there's a +3 is the magic one number. I use 3s a lot, man. I use 3s a lot, and I tend to lean into 3 a lot so 3 is, you got 3 and 7, and those tend to be mystical, magical numbers, and people tend to, be able to link onto them very quickly. But you can see in my copy and sales copy I've written for tons of sales letters out there, I usually start off with 3 questions. Unless if it's a VSL, I don't. I start off with a pattern of that. But at some point, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. So that is that's what you want to do. So. My question from Helene, I believe, is if it's Helene or Helen. So does Email Copy Pro also get its content from different emails you do, plus the different emails everyone else is using in the system also? No, it does not do everyone else is using in the system because that would be plagiarizing somebody else. However, a lot of what people do is they will send me emails and go, could you put this in the system? And usually there are friends of mine that are way up in marketing. Like I was with Ryan Dice a couple of days ago. He was here at Digital Marketer. He sent us like some of their flash sale stuff. He's going, man, do it. That's awesome. That's freaking cool. Use it, and so that's kind of cool. So people that do use the system, that customers of mine that use the system, they'll say, hey, this will be really great in the system. Then yes, we will put that in there. Everything in the system is by permission. I think there's like 2 emails that weren't because I wanted to like prove to the guy that it was so really kick ass, and they gave me permission afterwards. But yeah, we don't do that. But in the future, next year, we're going to have a version of this that it's not Email Copy Pro, another version of the software where people can contribute to the system actively. So right now, we're the only people that can put it in the system, but other people will be able to do that actively. So that's cool. That's a great question. Thanks so much. Wade, is Epic Email System Masterclass training needed for the videos above the emails? Okay, no, you do not need the Epic Email System Masterclass training. People might not even know what that is. That's just okay, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys here because I don't want to be anything but honest. We wanted to see if we could do what Russell Brunson did to sell Email Copy Pro. So we were getting, I think we had like 400 or 500 clients, and that may sound like a lot, but for me at the time, I was expecting 10,000. My expectations set a little high, and I was pretty bummed out. This was in 2017, and I was pretty bummed out. And I've just been really, really fortunate to know some really cool people, and I've written for Russell before, and we've been friends for probably I guess 6 or 7 years before ClickFunnels, and so I just Skyped him one day. I go, dude, can I talk to you? I'm bummed out about this. I know you know software because ClickFunnels was 50,000 members at the time. I think they're double that now. And I said, dude, did you ever have a hard time selling ClickFunnels? What's going on? And so we got on a call. He goes, man, I couldn't sell that thing worth a damn. He sold 600 memberships. It's his first year. I'm like, well, I don't feel so bad because ClickFunnels, obviously now is like crazy membership. And he said the thing that made him be able to sell it was he turned it into a system. So he stopped selling the software and started selling a system. So we said, well, we already have a system, and it's called Epic. It literally is spelled Epic, right? And thought, okay, well, why don't I just do videos about that, break into how we're thinking through that. And it worked okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't really great. And I said, you know what? It's just too much of a disconnect. I get the funnel hack system. That makes more sense. We don't have an email hack system because I don't want to, fake something just to sell something. That's just not my thing. So we went back to I went back to the drawing boards. I said, you know what? I'm just going to call it what it is. This is freaking like dynamic blueprints. It spit out of my mouth one day. We were talking about what is this? It's blueprints. Is what it is, but it's dynamic. So it's dynamic. So just kind of dynamic blue. That's what it is. So that's the technology that we created, and it's like and that ended up being the hook that worked really, really well. And so we kept the Epic email system videos in there because we shot them and it took a whole day. And it sounds like, a whole day. It was a long day. And they're very good. The training is awesome. I go a lot deeper than you probably ever need to know. It's great if you want to learn copy and great if you want to do that. But we try to over deliver for our customers. So yeah. Bogan says, so we can expect new email. Oh yeah, of course. We put them in there all the time. All the time. Beat Up says, how many email sequences does it have now? Oh my gosh, I don't know, hundreds. It's like, I don't know the exact count. I can let Leanne look that up. But here's what's interesting: if it had 100 emails, let's say it only had 100, what you just saw was me being able to click a button, and you could send that same email the next week, and it would work. You could send the email the same. You could. Then that's what the beauty of it. It's not 100 emails. It's thousands of emails. Just click regenerate. Click regenerate. And bear in mind that what we're doing on the regeneration, we're not just spinning content. We're looking at very specific things. We're pulling verbs and we're conjugating. We're looking at data that you put into the machine. We're doing a lot of things in the background that makes that technology work so well. But it's working within the dynamic blueprint. If it's not working within the blueprint, we don't do it. That's why article spinners they just try to rewrite things that come out like, would you like the Mambo back to the dog garden? I mean, it sounds like complete gibberish sometimes. Well, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're doing this with smart, basically a machine learning. So it's a form of machine learning. So that's how we're doing it. So, yes, Alexander, that's true. ClickFunnels does target newbies, and they, yeah. You know what? My team really, really, really has tried to get me to do that more. To say, hey, here's just the starters. But really, Email Copy Pro is a power tool, and for me. If I would have had it to start with, my God, it would have made my copywriting like, and copywriting being the most important thing you can do for your business. So yeah, that's what I think is the most important thing for a newbie to learn. It doesn't matter if you even have a mailing list. You should know how to talk to your customers. And that's what this is. And we are coming out with a newbie version of this. We really, in fact, we're working on it this week. But it's the same. So you guys have it. Anyone that's got Email Copy Pro has it. It's just going to be inside the system. But really, you need to get a mailing list going for yourself. At least you have a social media platform like Facebook or something that you can go to, because you still need to communicate with people. You can still drive them to an opt-in page. So that's what's really cool. Cool. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much for all the time and all the great questions today. Really appreciate them. Appreciate all you guys watching this. Tomorrow we'll be back for email number 2, day 2 of the 3-day cash machine sequence. And tomorrow we're going to get into it. You'll see how we weave into the primary cause now. Oh, here comes the fear stuff. So we're going to really tap heavy into that fear market, and we're going to drive them right to a need. And then day 3 will be the close. And the close is really kick-ass. So I want you here for all 3 days. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm John Benson, the $1 Billion Copy Coach, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.